everyone, and welcome back. We are continuing down Cupid Parasite Shelby Snail's route. He just finished going on a date with Lynette, who thought it was a practice date, and he never cleared it up because he said he was going to, so I don't understand, whatever. And he said he was going to tell her how he felt, and he didn't do it either. So what is going to happen now? Let's go find out. The next morning, the two of us ate breakfast together as usual. Can you pass the salt, please?
Ah.
Are they going to be like strangers now? I've become used to this lifestyle, a lifestyle that shouldn't even be happening anymore. In the end, I never found out what the president was going to say last night. For a moment, I had a premonition about a certain future, but nothing has changed. I'm sure it was just my imagination. Yeah, as Cupid, I guess she gets these premonitions when certain conditions meet and she can see like their future or if they're going to be a good couple or whatever. And she got that for herself, but then she says that nothing was changing or she doesn't know why she had that premonition because she's just his advisor. The only other thing would be ending our cohabiting life here. This is the president's vacation home. He might want to return to his regular home soon. I'm quite fond of life here, but I shouldn't take advantage of his kindness. Besides, being here was not required for the job. The contract that was signed came to mind. Then there were the payments. Those were coming out of the president's personal funds. His home and bills were all paid by him. We're not a real couple. I think it's about time I pack my things. Aw. I think I should go and find Cheese since he's gone missing again. I continued to eat while feeling a little sad at this. After finishing, I hear a familiar voice on the news. The not news anchor.
Hi, good morning. It's the Los Angeles TV 7 o'clock news. Today, we will broadcast live from 6th Avenue about Gil Lovecraft, a writer living in Los Angeles who won the literary prize.
Oh?
Just recently, Gil Lovecraft won the Golden Los Angeles Literary Prize for his book, I Can See Nothing But You.
I'm sure that's talking about Cupid.
I'm going to interview his neighbors about what he's really like.
Oh my goodness. No way, he won the Golden Luster Literary Prize?
ゴールデンロサンヨーク文学賞か。すごい賞を受賞したものだな。
The Golden Luster Literary Prize is a highly respected award. The winner is reported heavily on the news every year. And Gil won that. That's amazing. Seeing Gil's face on the news made me open my eyes wide with surprise.
そういえば彼は婚活の方は順調なのか。
He's not a member anymore. Don't know. He didn't say much about the new project plan presentation. He's not a member anymore, so I don't know his situation. When he quit, I do remember him saying that he wants to go face to face with his lovelorn self.
ああ、そうか。彼は失恋と向き合うのか。
Maybe he's just being quiet because he's all mopey and stuff because his date didn't go how he wanted it to. I'm pretty sure he was going to propose to her during that and it was ruined. That's what he said. Maybe he's able to complete that and be rid of the lovelorn parasite name. If he was able to forget about his lost love, there's a chance he might find someone new. Gil's book being titled I Can See Nothing But You made me feel uneasy.
私も早く抜けないとな。だが。
Rid yourself of the prestige parasite title. The president looks at the TV with a bit of sadness in his eyes. He shakes his head and then stands up.
悪いが今日は打ち合わせがあるから先に出る。遅れなくてすまないな。
No, it's alright. Have a nice day.
あ。
Seems really distant since yesterday. The president puts on his suit jacket and leaves. His dish was cleaned off, but it's only been about 10 minutes since he started eating. He must have wolfed it down. I hope things are okay. Eating slowly should be better for your health, but the president eats awfully fast as he wants to get to work faster. He started the breakfast routine to appear more like a couple. Prior to this, the president only takes his jelly drinks for food. He puts his effort into work at every waking hour. That was for the company and for his own prestige. If possible, I wish he would eat a bit slower. There doesn't seem to be any sign of him letting up as the prestige parasite. He was quite nice during yesterday's date, but he's back to work mode this morning. It sure is difficult. I chew on my toast as I look at the door the president just walked out of. The news on TV was still talking about Gil.
Ohayo! ねえ、朝のギルのニュース見た?
I wonder if Gil's going to confront her and then Shelby's going to be like, no, I don't like that. Just like in Ryuki's room. I sure did. That was amazing for Gil.
ギルもやるわよね。それでちょっと提案なんだけど、あなた今日19時退社よね?
Yeah, I am.
じゃあさ、今晩一緒にギルのお祝いしない?
It begins. Great idea. Gil should have feelings for Clara, so if she's celebrating with him, he would love it. No.
OK? じゃあ私からギルに連絡しとくから。決まったらメッセージ送るね。
And she knows that Gil has a thing for her because she says something about it at the end of one of the common root sections. Sure, thanks. Clarice walks away while waving. I'm sure Gil will be overjoyed. Clarice is being considerate for Gil. That would give Gil courage. Gil is still suffering from lost love from Clarice. Then I better work hard as their Cupid. Their Cupid. Alright, let's think of a plan to matchmake them. I started getting to work while filled with excitement. It's the first time in a while that I really felt like I was taking the role of Cupid. Gonna backfire on you. I was on a subway looking at work documents on my phone as usual.
しかし、地下鉄に乗るのは随分と久しぶりだな。
Gosh, how are we supposed to hear you talk over the subway? Today's business lunch will have alcohol served. Because it's close to the station, I took the subway instead of the car. I was also interested in the subway since she normally takes it for her commute.
私が車で送れないときはこうして移動しているのか。
Okay, well if he doesn't get any louder, then I'm going to just turn off music and sound effects altogether. I imagine how she would look usually, and I can't help but frown. That's because it reminded me of the amusement park date. In the end, I couldn't say it. I prepared so many words for that, but it wouldn't come out of my mouth. But what if I said it, and she rejected me? We wouldn't be able to keep going with what we have, and I was afraid of that.
全く情けない話だな。
But I haven't faced anyone head on for over a decade. I can't help but feel that she's treating me this nicely only because I'm the president. You are her boss. She said herself that she was uninterested in status. Even if that were true at the time, something could initiate a change of heart. If I didn't believe how she expressed her disinterest in status, I wouldn't have ended up like this. I thought that without my prestige, I would be worthless. I was desperate to defend my status. If that were the case, I shouldn't be preoccupied with romance right now. I should have better things to do.
その観点で考えると、婚活もしている場合ではないはずだな。
Yeah, you don't really need marriage if your status is unaffected. Or if your image is unaffected. I opened the emails sent to me by her yesterday. There was data of a Cupid Corp members. They requested to meet me. I want to live like a president's wife. What's life as a president's wife like? I want to go to parties. Oh my goodness. Those are the applications. I had written down the reasons for applying.
社長夫人の座に、社長夫人としての生活か。
Almost all of them expressed yearning for prestige. It made me realize that it didn't have to be me at all.
大切なのは私のパーソナリティじゃない。
To
私
them,
の地位だ。
to them, that's what's important. I had told myself to never forget the world is made this way. That's why I continue to build upon my prestige. Why does it feel so empty? I've built upon my prestige so that more people would rely on me like this. You know what? I'm getting really tired of this, Hey, I'm sick of the subway. Alright.
嘘。あなたも社長狙いでキューピッドコーポレーションに入ったの？
I heard some women sitting nearby mention the company's name. I jumped in surprise. I turned away so that they don't see my face while I eavesdrop on them.
だってこないだテレビで婚活中の女性は狙い目ってやってたじゃない。うまくいけばこれで社長夫人やばくない？甘い甘い。どうせあんたみたいなのがいっぱい入会してるわよ。競争率高いに決まってるじゃない。でも社長夫人になれるチャンスだよ。玉残しだよ、玉残し。そんなのめったになくない？まあそりゃ私だって玉残しは狙いたいけど。
Marrying up, president's wife. Even here I hear the same words that I read in the profile documents.
本当に皆地位が大切なんだな。
Nothing has changed since middle school. I realize that this is what humanity is all about. Of course, now the sound effects go away.
おーい、今日はクラブ行こうぜ。みんなのドリンク代払ってやるよ。
I remember some bitter memories that caused the shooting pain in my heart. I'm not the same kid anymore. I've worked hard to obtain my prestige with the title of president of Cupid Corporation. I wonder if he got, like, turned down or something back then when he wasn't high enough. But what if I lost that prestige by chance? What if I am no longer the president? I would become a worthless human being in the eyes of others.
そうだ。忘れるな、シェルビー・スネイル。SS でいること。それが私の価値だ。
I'm sure everyone that is your friend now would still be your friend if you weren't president. To be SS, I must have prestige. That is the only reason my life is going so smoothly. She is helping me thanks to that. But if there is someone else that has more worth than me, everyone will go to them. That is what humans do. I look at my phone screen and see the list of applicants for marriage. I didn't even have the slightest desire to marry anyone right now. Oh. Not even Lynette? Should I turn the sound effects back on? I looked through the list of members while groaning. Among the members that I manage, I had 3 couples married since the start of the month. Others have changed their status to dating and are actively participating in matchmaking parties hosted by Cupid Corp. But there is one member that still suspended his activity in matchmaking, and that is Shelby Snail, our president. Oh, suspended? I sent him the list, and he doesn't respond. I find it doubtful that he's even reading it. Besides, when Owen acted on his behalf, it had been years since he had been on a match date. This is where his managing advisor should come in, but I don't feel like moving forward with it. I get the feeling that ordinary methods aren't going to work. There are lots of applicants, so maybe I should follow up with him regardless of whether he'll accept or reject. Otherwise, it's rude to the members who applied in the first place.
何悩んでるの？
If he suspended it, then he's not looking for anyone right now, so... Ah, you scared me. It's just you, Clarice.
そうよ、クラリスです。ところで、ギルの件なんだけど、ギルからぜひ行きたいって返事が来たわ。ってことで、今日の19時半にダイナーキューティー待ち合わせでいい？
Sure, thanks, Clarice.
どういたしまして。それで、何悩んでるの？社長の件？
And you should have seen how close she was at that cooking thing. Clarice points at my screen. There is a list of applicants for the president.
へえ、面会待ち120名か。すごい申し
120?
込み数ね。
My goodness. Yeah, a lot happened since the press conference, but the president could be too busy. I was wondering what to do about it. I handed him the list the other day. Some members joined just to meet the president, so I thought he should respond if it's to turn them down. Even if it's to turn them down.
へえ、なるほどね。でも、うちの会員が増えるならいいんじゃない？だいたいこの人たちだって別に社長にしか申し込んでないわけじゃないでしょ？
Yeah, I did introduce the other members to them, so some are making progress in dating. They're wondering if they'll receive a formal rejection. Maybe I should go and poke the president about it.
そういえばさっきそろそろ打ち合わせから戻るはずってオーウェンさんが言ってたわよ。
Really? Then it should be faster to ask him directly. I typed an email to the president to confirm and managed to secure a meeting time. See, this one was called Parasite Infection, so he's just like getting drowned by his need to be SS. That's what I'm getting. And with the increase of membership due to you, I was hoping you would provide some sort of response. After I finished my explanation, the president remained in his chair with his elbows on his desk, motionless. His hands were folded and he made a serious expression while desperately thinking of something. President, are you alright?
何がだ?
You seem tired. Have you been eating right?
なあ、今日の昼は会食だったしな。きちんと食べている。大丈夫だ。
That's good. If you don't want the applicants to continue increasing, I can temporarily suspend all new applications. You could also suspend all matchmaking activities on your active membership too. What would you like to do? The resident continued to make a serious expression while groaning. He looked down with a worried face and then looked up at me.
少しお前に相談したいことがあるんだ。今晩一緒に夕食を食べられないか?
Oh no, she's busy with Gil tonight. Tonight?
先約でもあったか?
Uh-oh. I do. I was going to go celebrate with Clarice and Gil. I'm sorry, I do have plans with Clarice and a friend. Oh, she didn't even mention that. Oh, I thought she's actually mentioned Gil's name.
そうか。忙しいのにすまなかった。では、明日の朝にでも話させてくれ。
You purposefully left out his name. What's going to happen when he finds out it's Gil? Right.
では、すまない。これから通話会議が入っているんだ。
I understand. I'll excuse myself now.
ああ。
I bowed and got on the elevator. Before the elevator door shut, I saw the president with an extremely tired expression. He's so miserable.
やはり、全くの脈なしのようだな。
Yes, there is. You didn't even ask. You didn't even do anything. I felt quickly dejected the whole time she was talking about the other members. The eloquent yet emotionless way she describes the other applicants was so proper that it made me feel pitiful. Normally when a woman introduces other women to a man she has feelings for, there would be some awkwardness, but there wasn't a speck. In other words, she thinks nothing of me. Oh my gosh, he's driving me nuts. He's making me so irritated, so frustrated. He's just coming up with all this stuff in his head that is none of it is true, and he won't even confirm any of it. During the date, she seemed to have enjoyed it, but now I'm second guessing myself if that was just my own misunderstanding.
大会か休会してしまいたい気もするが。
You know, if you would think back to your date, this is all because you introduced her as your advisor. By considering it's after the press conference, that would betray the current CC members. I should wait a little longer.
それに、きっと会員でなくなったら、彼女はもう私のことなどどうでもよくなるに違いない。
She has a high sense of professionalism as an advisor. I'm sure she cares about me at least partially because I'm a member. Those thoughts made me feel further dejected. I couldn't say anything to the woman I like, and I feared losing our last bit of connection. I'm just a coward after all.
所詮私なんてこんなものだ。きっと地位がなければ誰にも振り向いてなどもらえない。
And he just keeps feeding himself this sickness. That's why I will continue to work. I will make the company bigger and establish my status further. But a part of me wants to move forward with these feelings. That's why I was planning on revealing my true feelings to her tonight. I mean, she doesn't have to go out to dinner with you, right? She lives with you. You can just wait till she comes back. Like, I don't understand.
まさか戦略があったとは。クラリスと言っていたが、確か彼女の同僚でうちのシステムエンジニアだったな。
It's unfortunate I can't tell her tonight, but there will be another chance. Not if you keep putting yourself down. I'll tell her tomorrow morning. I swore that to myself as I looked at my watch. I decided to get ready for the phone meeting. You're just going to keep pushing it back until eventually you're going to catch her with guilt. As soon as I finished my work for the day, I headed for Cutie Diner as planned. Iris ran into some trouble, so she's going to be a little late. Uh-oh. Don't be caught with Gil alone. Don't do it. Where's Gil? I look around the restaurant and see someone waving at the back.
おーい、こっちこっち。
Gil, sorry to keep you waiting.
いや、全然待ってないよ。で、あれ、クラリスは？
She ran into some trouble at work, but she says she won't be that late, so don't worry.
うん。まあ、俺としてはこっちの方が好都合だけど。
Is he going to confess his feelings for you in this route too?
とにかく座って適当につまめるもの頼んでおいたんだ。
Ah, thanks, I'm starving. There was a plate of olives, deep fried pasta, and other small dishes. I think this should last until Claris arrives, and I'm impressed at Gil. He's so sincere as usual. Anyway, congratulations. That's amazing. You won the Golden Lost York Literary Prize.
うん、ありがとう。
He puts his hand over his forehead and laughs bashfully. We eat a little as we chatted while we waited for Claris. He's going to see her. I knew it. I knew it. He is. Why do you do this to me, Gabe? Because he's going to take it the wrong way. Riki didn't let it stop him, but the president is going to let it stop him. I just know it. It's now about 7:30. I was driving alone. I suddenly had another meeting in my schedule. It was a great timing. If I work, I wouldn't have to worry about not eating dinner with her.
その時間まではまだ早いな。
The meeting won't be a business meal or anything, so maybe I should grab something to eat first. Since I started living with her, eating real food has become a habit of mine.
こんなにも人を変えるものなんだな。
I was sitting in my quiet car while I laughed at myself. I changed my destination and turned the wheel. I found a place to park the car. I'm going to go into the diner. I just know he is. I'm going to go inside.
何か手軽に食べられるものは？
I look around and see a familiar hairstyle inside a shop. That surprised me. It's Lynette. She's in there. I knew I shouldn't be doing this, but I went closer to take a look and then I gasped. She was right there, but she was with a man.
今日の約束はクラリスという女とじゃなかったのか？
Oh my gosh, that looks like she lied. No. But the one in front of her is definitely not a woman.
嘘をついていたのか？
I felt a dull shock, as if someone hit me on the head. I never thought she would lie to me. And it was Gil Lovecraft that she was with, the one who just won the Golden Lost York Literary Prize.
少なしかもではまだ早いな。
The one who just won the Golden Lost York Literary Prize.
その時間まではまだ早いな。
It's
そうか。
No, not the music. Stop it. I don't like it. So she is the same as the rest of them.
やはりステータスか。
The rest of them? So she is the same as the rest. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to say them. Prefers a man who won a famous award rather than some president of a random company. He prioritizes his invitation over mine, and she lied to me for it. Why did she lie? Did she think she was trying to keep me as a sideman? Sideman? If you think that she doesn't care about you, why would she need you as a sideman? I saw her laughing through the window with lots of emotion. Only a panel of glass separated us, but she felt so far away. I feel like that's the end of the section. Yep. We're still going to go on. We have to see how this ends. Cupid's first love. Not going to be Gil. Or is it going to be Gil? I don't know. Why'd you have to be late, Clarence? Dang it. In Ryuki's druid, all of these misunderstandings was cleared up right away, but he's just going to mope and complain about it. I wake up to the sunlight shining through as I stretch in bed. Today's a day off, so I got to sleep in for the first time in a while. Still, Gil and Clarice didn't seem like there was a chance between the two. Last night, I tried to stick those two together as Cupid, but Clarice kept her guard up too firmly. There was no opening for Gil to get through to. On top of that, Clarice asked me about my relationship with the president on the way back. Because she found out that the president is single, she's wondering about why I'm so close to him.
Eh? 指導にってデートに誘われたの？それ絶対照れ隠しじゃない。
I know.
どう考えてもあなたに惚れてるわ。
Why is Lynette the only one that can't see it? What? But when we met a client, he introduced me as his managing advisor. Exactly. That is what he did wrong.
それも私には照れ隠しに思えるけど。っていうかもしかして。
That for some reason the president can't see what he did wrong.
あなたも社長のこと好きなんでしょう。
Huh?
だってそうじゃなきゃそんなに寂しそうな顔しないでしょ。
Is she going to confront him? Please, someone help. That's what Clarice said to me. The president, Shelby, likes me? I told Clarice it wasn't true at the time, but I'm not confident about that answer. To be honest, I don't understand my own feelings. I've never been this confused since I came down to the human realm. When I think about the president, my heart feels fluffy and prickly at the same time. I don't know the name of this emotion. Speaking of which, I wonder when the president is returning. I was wondering that as I looked towards the door. Yesterday he said he wanted to talk in the morning. He didn't confirm what time, but when I came back from celebrating with Gil, the president still wasn't back yet. I wonder if he's not coming back. By the time I went to bed, he still wasn't back. I was worried, so I sent him a message, but he still hasn't responded. Because he thinks you lied. But it says that he did read the message. I'm still worried. I should go to the living room to see if there are any signs that he's back. I quickly get dressed and open the door. Please be there. I went to the living room and actually saw the president there. That poor man. The wrinkle between his brow has deeper grooves than usual as he looked at me. Good morning. I'm sorry I overslept. Did you wait long?
いや、大丈夫だ。今日は私も休みを取った。
Oh my
話を
goodness.
していいか？
He's taking a day off? What? A day off? The president took a day off? I know, right? But this was called Cupid's first love, so please clear up the misunderstanding. He's such a workaholic and he took the day off. This must be serious. I was nervous from the serious tone of his voice, and that made me stand up straight. Sure. I gulped, thinking about what he would be talking about. The president held up a piece of paper that was on the table so that I could see it. It was the contract for my role to play his wife. Oh, that.
これはもう必要ない。
Whoa. He says that coldly and rips it down the middle. I didn't even have a chance to stop him. Coldly? He's angry. Dang. Huh?
これでお前は自由だ。偽装結婚は解消だ。
The torn contract falls to his feet. I was looking at it, still shocked. I didn't think it would end in such a one-sided way. I enjoyed this life and liked it a lot. The president was the busy prestige parasite, and I enjoyed watching him change little by little. I assumed that the president was also fond of this life. But that was my misunderstanding. The president thought nothing of this life together. I realized for the first time that I was feeling shock. Shock? But why? I thought I knew. Even from yesterday's breakfast, I thought I shouldn't rely on him. I see, so I was the only one that liked this life and wanted to stay here. Oh my goodness. I shouldn't think of it so selfishly. The president doesn't need me anymore. I understand. I'll leave within the day. I looked down and returned to my room. Wow. Nothing else was said? Luckily, I didn't bring much things with me, so the packing will go quickly. But I felt so down that I couldn't bring myself to start packing. I'm really not liking this route anymore. The first half was really good. I'm just like, you know what? I'm done with this route. You guys are both dumb. I'm tired of reading about it. After she left this house, I was frozen where I was. By the time I realized it, night had already fallen. Doing nothing is a waste of time. I knew that, but I still couldn't bring myself to do anything. None of her belongings are left here. It's completely gone and back to the way it was. Because of that, it feels cold here.
これで良かったはずだ。
I'll keep taking advantage of her because of the existence of that contract. I'll turn everything into a clean slate, push her away, and go back to living alone. That is the best choice. To be honest, I did want to keep her tied to me with that contract. But that was still choices from her. I can't allow that contract to stop her from choosing that man. Because of that contract, I will continue to be fixated on her, and seeing her with another man will bring me no greater pain. I'm sick of all this pain.
彼女がそばからいなくなればもう期待することもなくなる。地位をなくすことに怯えもしない。これでいいんだ。
I don't want to experience the fear of being abandoned by your loved one. I want to eliminate that possibility by pushing her away. But I still regret it. I wish I didn't say that. I wish I could have continued that contract.
だがそんなわがまま言えるか。
I didn't even ask her about it. You don't ask her anything. That is nothing but a work contract. Using that to take advantage of her should not be allowed. I wanted to tell her my feelings for her and become a real husband and wife with her, but it's too late for that. While I was mulling over it, she chose another man, all because my prestige was insufficient. No, I'm nothing but a coward that couldn't muster the courage to tell her my feelings. Even with prestige, she would pay me no heed. But if I had the prestige that I could be even a little proud of, I could maybe have the courage to say it. Then I heard a message arrive from someone. I sluggishly take out my phone from my pocket and look at the screen. It said regarding tomorrow's reunion.
そういえば参加することにしていたんだったな。
In the end, I had to put off responding to whether or not to cancel. I didn't have the courage to contact them. But while I was doing that, I received a message from the organizer that they wanted to use the party hall of Cupid Corp. While I was exchanging messages, I ended up having to join. The day of the reunion is quickly approaching.
少し顔を出すぐらいならいいか。
going to happen at the office, so I can just show up. If I don't like it there, I can go back to work. But joining in this reunion can put my mind off things a bit. Now that she's not here, it's going to be difficult to get used to living alone again. Well, whose fault is that? The next morning, I was eating breakfast at home for the first time in a while with a sulking expression. I didn't feel motivated to do anything while I continued to chew on my breakfast. While my stomach started getting full, I felt calmer after a night had passed. Now I'm starting to grow increasingly angry at the president. Isn't that kind of mean? He just canceled it, all without discussing it with me first. The president is always like that. He thinks about everything on his own and never relies on others. Geez, now I'm even more annoyed.
さっきからすごい勢いで食べてるけど大丈夫？何かあった？
Obviously something happened. She's at home. Nothing.
でもひどい顔よ。
I was born this way.
かわいい顔で何言ってんのよ。はあ、まあいいわ。そろそろ出ないと遅刻するわよ。
I don't care about the company.
どういう理屈よ。ほらほら、拗ねてないの。夜に詳しく聞いてあげるから。
I don't have anything to say. Yes, there was nothing. There was no trust or friendship or love. It was just a business relationship. It was cut off with a single piece of paper. I don't care anymore. That president can go and look for love on his own and get married to whoever he wants. Oh my goodness. I'm done with the food. I'll be going now.
いってらっしゃい。
Of course. I grabbed my bag and headed towards the door with big strides. Once I get to the office, I plan on giving that president a piece of my mind as his advisor just to relieve them stress. Do it. Get him. But... No buts. Just do it. What? He suspended his membership? When I got to the office and checked his status, it now said was set to suspended. The reason he gave was that he was busy. What am I supposed to do with all these applicants? I shouted that without thinking, and my coworker in the next desk leaned over to look at my computer.
ああ、それ？社長、今日の朝一に全員分の返事を打ったからって休会手続きにしたみたいよ。
Huh? I should still go up there and yell at him. I would too. Did he just double down on his prestige thing and now doesn't care about marriage? I frantically checked the emails the president sent to all the female members who applied. This is my privilege as their advisor. I can confirm that the prestige parasite side has worsened. All reasons for rejection was that he was wanted to concentrate on work. What should I do? My anger from earlier started getting deflated and now I felt guilt. I felt disqualified as Cupid. The president trusted me to be his advisor in finding a partner. But ultimately, he suspended his membership. I felt shocked at it all, but my coworker next to me looked confused.
そんなにショックを受けること？
I really wanted the president to find a wonderful relationship, but I failed him. Now I feel so sorry.
真面目ね。うん。でもこれはただの建前って可能性もあるわよ。
Public position?
そう。例えば、実際は彼女ができたからとか。
Oh my goodness, now you're gonna plant that in her mind. Huh? It just gets worse and worse, doesn't it? It's the complete opposite of Ryuki's. But Casey's got a girlfriend? I had not considered that at all. My eyes went wide with surprise. I highly doubt that though, I know, right? There wasn't a hint of another woman around the president. If there was, I would have noticed it as Cupid and as his advisor. But of course the possibility of that isn't a zero. Actually, that does make more sense of him suddenly canceling the cohabitation deal. What if he really did find a girlfriend? Whatever, he's already suspended his membership. He's mad again. That's right, my job is to be the bridal advisor. I have to matchmake for people who want to get married. I have no duty to look after people who ended that search. But I am curious as to the rejection messages that the president sent, so I looked through all of them. All of them. She's so nosy. By the time I realized it was already nighttime. Done. I stretched out my seat and looked back at the work I did today. I received 5 new members today and also interviewed 3 current members. I also sent recommendations to people who have stopped being active. That was the kind of matchmaking work I did. As Cupid, I'm doing the right thing, but I couldn't feel happy about it for some reason. Usually I would feel energized whenever I did matchmake some people. But I have this murky feeling inside of my heart right now. Whatever, I should just get ready to go home. I turn off my computer and got my bag ready. I stand up and my coworker at the next desk pats me on the shoulder.
ねえねえ、聞いた？社長が婚活パーティーに出席してるらしいよ。
What? What now? It just, oh my goodness, it just gets worse. Like, what the heck? Oh my goodness.
さっき1階のパーティールームに入っていくところ、見た人がいるんだって。きっと参加するのよ。
I thought that was like a reunion or something. The president at a matchmaking party? He just suspended his membership earlier. And there was a matchmaking party scheduled for today? I thought I had kept tabs on the matchmaking party schedule, so something about it seemed odd to me. Or maybe that's just part of his work too. Although that's what I thought, it got me curious. If that really was a matchmaking party, I needed to know as his former advisor. I guess I could take a peek on my way home. It's just on my way, there's no special meaning behind it. I think nothing of the president's search for marriage, I think. Even so, I'm restless as I head to the elevator. I'm walking faster than I usually do. When I entered the room, I saw many women and men dressed up. Wow, this seems different from the usual parties. Okay, good. I'm about to turn off the sound effects again. Matchmaking parties often have different outfits, and the people today seem to be very friendly with each other. Yeah, it's a reunion, it's not a matchmaking party. Wait, Wishington Middle School reunion? I saw the sign at the entrance and it got me confused. I looked for a fellow employee to ask a question. Hey there, I'm Lynette Muir of the advisor department. What party is this?
ああ、これは社長の通っていたミドルスクールの同窓会だそうです。特別に会場をお貸しすることになったんですよ。
Well, at least that was cleared up. That's why. No wonder why it doesn't look like a matchmaking party then. This is the middle school that the president went to. In other words, it's a gathering of his old friends. Something about this caused a stir in my heart. What kind of child was the president? What caused him to become the prestige parasite that he is now? Before I knew it, I had stepped into the middle of the hall looking for the president. I saw the president standing in the corner of the room. There's the president. I was about to approach him when I realized he was talking with someone. The president was talking to a beautiful woman. I couldn't tell what they were talking about from far away, but the two appeared to be very close. The president then made a gentle smile, like a flower blooming gracefully. Oh my goodness. Why don't you go and say something? Neither one of you will say anything. I'm about to smack both of you. The moment he smiled, I froze in place. I couldn't approach him further or leave. It felt painful to me. That was a smile he never gave me, and yet he's showing it to someone else. It was a nostalgic, troubled, and kind gaze all at once. I could tell without asking that the woman was someone special to the president. It's probably like his sister. I see. He pushed me away so that he could reunite with her at the school reunion. I was wondering why the president would chase me out without a prior conversation. But now it all makes sense. It was to approach someone special to him. She could be an old girlfriend, she could be his first love, or perhaps...
そう。例えば、実際は彼女ができたからとか。
Can we just skip ahead to where every misunderstanding is cleared up? Oh my goodness. It could be a new girlfriend. Huh? I felt something hot stream down my cheek. Why am I crying? I quickly wipe it off with my fingertips and turn away from the president. Even when he's out of sight, the pain in my heart won't go away. It hurts. I feel sad. The pain is real. I understand now. It finally hit me. I came to a realization. The reason why I wanted to be with the president, the reason I was so shocked when he tore the contract, it was all because I liked the president. Tears streamed again down my cheek. Why did I have to realize this now? If only I realized it while we were living together, I could have told him my feelings. It's so weird. Cupid falling in love, and I wasn't able to realize my own feelings of love. My lips twist out of shape in efforts to hold back tears. But I had no way of holding them anymore. My tears overflowed the moment I realized my first love was the moment I lost it. The president needs to just show up so this could be done with. I never imagined heartbreak would be so painful. I've helped so many people fall in love, I never experienced it for myself. I've been such a lazy Cupid, so this is my punishment, I'm sure of it. I'm the reason marriage rates have been falling. I, as Cupid, didn't even know what love was. That's why everything went wrong. I realized it too late. I hate myself. I wiped my tears and left the hall. I don't think my mood will return to normal anytime soon. A little bit earlier, about 15 minutes before Lynette entered the hall, now we're going backwards in time. I'm here at Wishington Middle School reunion. I exchanged pleasantries with the organizers and leaned against the wall for a drink. I look at my old classmates and it brought back memories. I felt a twitch in my heart and I knew that I didn't want to be here. I shouldn't have come. I better return to work soon. I put down the glass and tried to leave the hall, but then I bumped into someone.
すみません。
あれシェルビーシェルビー・スネイルくんだよね。
君は
I didn't remember her at all. It can't be helped because I did everything I could to forget about what happened in middle school.
嘘覚えてない？シェルビーくんにまた会ったら謝りたいって思ってたのに。
謝る？なぜ？
ほら、そのシェルビーくんが初めて学年首席を落とした時に私あなたのことをからかっちゃったから。
That what happened to him? When he lost his valedictorian prestige, he became useless. Maybe that's what happened to him. When I was no longer valedictorian, I remember it like it was yesterday. That sort of thing only happened to me once. Shelby, your name spells out SS, but you couldn't become first place in our grade. That's what the girl told me. Wow, so that's what he's so obsessed with SS.
まさか君が？
そうごめん。私があんなこと言ったせいでみんな言い出しちゃって悪いと思ってたのよ。シェルビー君卒業した日にすぐロサンヨークに旅立っちゃったから言えなくてずっと謝りたいって思っていたの。
That's right. I thought at the time that I would become the real SS and show all of them. That's why I entered high school at Los York. I then entered the first-rate Harvard University and wanted to strike it big at Los York. Yes, there were many things that happened. All of the memories started coming back to me. That was the reason I became the prestige parasite. It was due to my life back in middle school. "18 years ago at Wishington Middle School."
今回のテストも1位はシェルビー・スネイル君です。
かっけえよなシェルビーって。運動もできるし勉強もできてほんと名前の通り全部 SS じゃん。
皆さん、シェルビー君によく学ぶように。では今日の授業はここまでです。
The teacher's announcement, followed by the bell, caused all the students to run out of the classroom.
なあなあシェルビー、また勉強教えてくれよ。今日の放課後とか空いてるだろ。
はあ、シェルビーと俺は今日一緒に買い物する約束してるんだよ。
その買い物、じゃあ私もついて行っていい？それで帰りにみんなでカフェで勉強しようよ。わ、それ最高！私も行く行く！ねえシェルビーくん、いいよね？
ああ、俺が先約だったのに。
いいじゃんいいじゃん、独り占めすんなよ。シェルビー、それでいいか？
ああ、私は構わない。
I was always the center of attention. Whenever someone wanted tutoring or someone needed help with sports, they always came to me. Shelby Snail, the all SS, that was my nickname, but I didn't mind one bit. I came from an ordinary countryside school. I was happy that I gained so much respect just because I knew the school's subjects better than most. But all that changed after a transfer student came.
はい、皆さん、今日は転校生を紹介します。クリス・クライム君です。
はじめまして、ロサンヨークから来ました。クライムバーガーの支店をワラントンに作るので、社長をやってる両親と一緒に引っ越してきました。
ああ、クライムバーガーってあのロサンヨークで大人気のハンバーガーショップの？
That sounds like the guy who invited everyone to drinks that one day at the beginning of his route.
ロサンヨークから来たの？あー、素敵！服のセンスもいいよね。さすがシティボーイ、かっこいい。しかも今、社長やってる両親って言わなかった？社長の息子？嘘嘘、超お金持ちじゃん。
Or Shelby just wanted friends. This crime created a storm at Washington Middle School. He was a fashionable city boy who came from Lost York, the son of a famous burger shop that was enough to cause a commotion in the countryside. Yeah, that was supposed to be all.
はい、今回のテストも1位はシェルビー・スネイル君です。みんなよく見習うように。それでクリス・クライム、お前はもうちょっと授業をよく聞くように。今回も赤点だったぞ。
さあせん。
クライムくん、全然反省してない。でもクリスくんはそれでよくない？ガリ勉よりいいじゃん。
そうそう、俺別に勉強だけが人生だと思ってないんで。だからみんな、今日は一緒にクライムバーガーの新店舗に遊びに行こうぜ。全部おごってやるよ。
クライムくん、素敵！行く行く！クリスくん最高！
あ、シェルビーも一緒に来てくれよ。それでこのバカな俺に勉強教えてくんない？
悪いが遠慮しておく。勉強の予定があるんだ。
さすがガリ勉、俺にはできねえよ。
I had intended on maintaining the same life, but why did it change so much? But I'm sure it will all cool down eventually. Everyone is just interested in what's new. Yes, it will all go back to normal. That's what I thought.
あなたクライム君と付き合うの？めっちゃ勝ち組じゃん。羨ましい。私も狙ってたのに。
The girls had gathered and are talking up a storm. I stopped walking when I saw the girl in the center of the conversation. She was the one I wanted to ask out. She was the most popular girl in school, and now she's dating Chris Crime. Aw, poor Shelby. Everything went downhill from there. I couldn't concentrate on my studies from the shock. I finally fell from my throne in first place in academics.
今回の首席は、ボブ君です。
Man, so seeing Lynette with Gil must have hit him really hard.
嘘。シェルビーくんじゃないの？どういうこと？
スネイル、どうしたんだ？お前のテスト散々じゃないか。クリスよりも下だったぞ。何があった？
マジ？やった！俺頭良くなった！
言っておくがクリス、スネイルの順位が落ちただけでお前は全然良くなってないからな。
厳しい。でもシェルビー君が1位じゃないなんて意外だな。そう思わない？
確かに。シェルビーくんって名前 SS なのに学年1位取れなかったんだ。なんて。SS なのに SS じゃないってウケる。
やっぱ大切なのは遊びだよな。ってことでシェルビーも一緒に遊ぼうぜ。今日なら特別に SS でなくて残念会ってことで何でも食い物おごってやるよなあ。
シェルビーくんばっかずるい。私もおごってよ。私も。
もうしょうがねえな。じゃあ今日は俺がシェルビーに勝った記念ってことで全員におごってやるよ。
これだからクリスくん好き。最高。私街に新しくできたアイスショップ行きたい。
I failed my exams from the shock of a broken heart. I was instantly turned into the class clown. This is how it is. I realized it then. I am Shelby Snail. I must be SS. He was loved just because he was rich. Unlike him, I must always be SS. All the girls only look at one's status. His crime was a rich man from the big city. Everyone chooses him over me. Prestige, money, brains, status. That's everything in this world. No one cares about my performance in academics or sports. Prestige is everything. Without that, no one will pay me any attention.
そうか。あの時の。
After that, I stopped chasing after love and continued to build upon my prestige. I hated the atmosphere of the slow countryside. I hated how my parents had no intentions of bettering themselves. I then entered high school in Lost York. After that, I discarded everything that wouldn't benefit my prestige. I did everything that was necessary to gain status, including my studies. I did archery, skiing, cooking, and even marksmanship. I mastered everything that was said to have value in Lost York. I had a few friends who would take me to meet potential dates, but I thought romance was a waste of time. I tried developing a dating app instead. With that, I started my own business. I did it all while attending college and graduate school, where I learned how to run a business. I started my business to make finding love as efficient as possible, but I didn't think I would have so much difficulty myself.
シェルビーくん？わあ、久しぶり。来てたんだね。
Uh-oh. That's the girl he was in love with. I bet you. I look up again and gasp. Another woman ran up to me. It was a female student that was the most popular in my grade. She was the one who was dating Chris Crime, the girl who broke my heart. That's why he was smiling at her like that.
久しぶりだな。
Those words came out smoothly. It seems that the pain of a broken heart had vanished. That was to be expected because I had fallen for another woman, Lynette, and also had my heart broken by her.
ニュース見たよ。すごいね。相変わらずシェルビー君って誠実で、やっぱりさすがクラス一の人気者って感じだった。
クラス一の人気者はクリス・クライムだっただろ。
ああ、そっか。シェルビー君はロサンヨークに進学したから知らないんだっけ。実はあの後結構大変でさ。
そうそう、クリス君って実家が金持ちじゃない？だからだんだん態度が横柄になってて、金払えば何でも許されるって感じでさ。
それであなたも1年付き合っただけですぐ別れたのよね。
その話はもういいから。
クリス・クライムと別れたのか。
もう十何年も前の話よ。あの頃はほら子供だったからさ、新鮮なのが珍しくて飛びついちゃったのよ。でもやっぱダメね。金持ちのボンボンって傲慢で。とっくに別れて、今はワラントン大学で出会った人と結婚して、のんびり3児の母をやってるわ。
今じゃすっかりワラントン子よね。うちも全然地元出られないもん。だから同窓会がここでびっくりしちゃった。
そうか。
そうそう。だから私たちからしてみたら、クラス一の人気者は今でもシェルビー君よ。
ね。
The girls were talking while in high spirits in a welcoming mood, but all I could do was be surprised and dumbfounded. So that was what transpired. Despite having status, Chris Crime was not popular. Even with status, it didn't work out for him, and...
私は彼らの中でずっとクラス一の人気者だったのか。
I was going to show them up. I was to obtain prestige and defeat Chris Crime once and for all. But there was no need to fight in the first place.
あれ？そこにいるのはシェルビー。久しぶり。会いたかったよ。
シェルビーじゃん。会えて嬉しいよ。元気だったか？
Aw, is this going to be what he needs to realize that he doesn't need prestige? Everyone had gathered here knowing that I would be here. Everyone was making relaxed smiles everywhere. From my years as a president, I could tell that those smiles were genuine. They aren't made as part of calculated intent, old friends' smiles.
そうか。
Aww. Like ice melting, all of the fixations I had inside me started to unravel. What was I fighting all of these years? My old classmates didn't care about prestige after all. It's given me the affirmation I wanted through my memories. Good, now go after Lynette and make things right. I won't say that prestige isn't needed. Prestige is important as it will greatly affect how people see you. But I found out for the first time that it's not the only thing that matters. A chocolate love song. Hopefully that fixes it. The day after my heart was broken. Oh my goodness, here we go. I fiercely focused on my work.
今日もすごい勢いで仕事してるのね。
Yes, work never betrays you.
はあ。
Yes, work doesn't betray you. As long as you achieve the results, that's yours and yours alone. After experiencing heartbreak, I decided to only live for work. That's right, I came to the human realm to show up that anyway. I need to get to work. Oh, here we go.
大丈夫？すごく鬼の形相だけど。
I'm fine. I love to work.
好きって顔には見えないけれど。
Nurse gets worried about me when she comes home every day. She also does the same, but I have to continue working more. You're turning into the president. I take care of interviewing members who need help getting married. When I find people who struggle in finding love, I gather them and hold a romance seminar. The cooking, matchmaking, picture book cuisine is starting to get more popular. I improve it by observing the event take place. I did nothing but work for days on end. For some reason, Auntie decided to pay me a visit. I'm gonna slap some sense into you.
はーい、キューちゃん、元気？
I'm totally great.
全然そんな風に見えないんだけど。
Auntie tilted her head in confusion while smiling. The sight of her feels so nostalgic that it makes me want to cry. Soon after, I hear voices in the seat next to me that made me want to cry for another reason.
あそこの人すごい格好してるね。コスプレ？なんかイベントあったっけ？
Cosplay. Auntie really stands out. What should I do? What's going to happen if someone calls the police on her? When gods descend down here, they can take human forms or be invisible to humans. Auntie came to speak with me, so she took a human form, but her clothes are the same as when she was a god. Everyone definitely thinks it's some weird gathering. I compared the outfits of Auntie and everyone in the area, but the other people seem rather interested in Auntie.
でもハロウィンっぽくて可愛いよね。どこでああいうの売ってるんだろう。私もああいうの着てみたい。
Seems that people sort of see it as fashion. I'm relieved at how open people are at Lost York. I turned my attention to Auntie and forced out a smile. I ran away from home to do this, so I can't complain. I'm totally fine, Aunt Minerva. What brings you here?
そりゃもちろんキューちゃんが心配だったのよ。だって私ちょくちょくキューちゃんの様子を深海から見てたもの。
Huh? Meaning she knows what happened. Started to feel a bit awkward about it. Auntie just waved her hand.
ああ、と言ってもずっと見てるわけじゃないわ。私も暇じゃないもの。ちょっとちらっと見たらキューちゃんがすごい顔してたから様子見に来ただけ。それで何があったの？このレディ・ミネルヴァにドーンと相談してごらんなさい。
There really isn't anything to talk about. I just reaffirmed how much I like work.
そう。まあ話したくないならいいわ。でも私になら解決できることもあるかもしれないから、その気になったら言ってちょうだい。ほら、あなたも知ってるでしょ？ D コンセンテスの十二神だけは人間を操る能力があるんだってこと。
Huh? Manipulate humans? You could do that?
あら、知らなかったの？でもそれぐらいできるわよ。神様だもの。と言っても完全にじゃないけどね。ある程度心に隙があったり弱ってたり、そんな人のことは結構簡単に操れるの。洗脳っていう方が正しいかもしれないわね。その人の正義に反することはできないけれど、ちょっとでもそういう気持ちがあればその背中を押してあげることができるの。だからもしちょっと洗脳したいなって人間がいたら、このレディ・ミネルヴァに相談してちょうだい。
Brainwashed? Don't do it. Auntie winks at me. I shook my head upon hearing such an ominous suggestion. I won't need to do something dangerous like that. I don't want to go to such lengths to be with the president. Good. Jeez. I was afraid there for a minute. I'm like, how bad is this route going to go before it gets better? Besides, Lady Minerva mentioned that the person must have that desire to begin with. The president thinks nothing of me, so brainwashing him won't work.
あら、そう？結構便利なのだけど。
Lady Minerva, you've done it before.
神のたしなみ程度にはね。
What does that even mean? Even though we're both gods, the 12 Olympians are on different levels. Their way of thinking is incomprehensible, even scary. The way Dad thinks is no different. It's just out of this world to me.
まあ、キューちゃんのその矢の力に比べれば可愛いもんよ。下手したらその矢、深海で最強かもしれないもの。
Really?
そうよ。あのジュピターだって恐れてるって話よ。
I didn't know that. At that moment, a message arrived on my phone and I jumped. On the screen it said Parasite 5.
あら、お仕事のメール？
Yeah, do you mind if I read it?
どうぞ。
While I felt bad towards Auntie, I checked my phone. I opened the email and held my hand over my mouth. It was an email from the producer of Parasite House. He said that he is on the planning stages of making another program with the Parasite 5. How can you do that though? They're not in Cupid Corp. They're not in contact with her. You can't just like summon them whenever you want. But whatever. I guess it's just a game. After saying goodbye to Auntie, I was back at the office reading the project plan sheet for the program called Parasite 5's Future. On it, it was asking for President Shelby himself to appear instead of Owen as his representative. Oh, because they know who he is. Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, what? How do they know? I forgot he went out and told him. Well, he didn't say he was part of the Parasite 5 or Monsieur SA, but I guess it got out. But I have to talk to the president, but the other four already agreed to appear. Gil, Raul, Ryuki, and Alan all have given permission. I confirmed with the company and sent them the message, and they instantly replied with their agreements. I didn't know this, but they all still had been meeting with each other to maintain a friendship. But the president, if I sent him a message on the phone, he would reply immediately. This is work after all. I opened up the message app on my phone, but seeing the president's name hurts my heart. This is serious for me. Fine, I should just go through Owen and have him ask for me. I relented and contacted Owen instead. A few minutes later, he responded with, he said it was fine. Well, that means that all the Parasite 5 will be joining. For some reason, my name was on the credits as I remembered that will appear too. Although as part of my work, I will have to see the president for the first time in a while. It made me happy, but it also weighed heavy on my heart. After a few days of preparation, the TV program Parasite House has been revived for the first time in months.
はい、ロサンヨークの君たち、チャンネルはそのままパラサイトハウスの時間だよ。大歓声だね。みんな、パラサイト5に会えなくて寂しかっただろ。実は僕もさ。ということで、番組の司会は前回に引き続き僕、みんなのババーチョリソーがお送りします。今回はパラサイト5のその後にクローズアップした番組だよ。ということでパラサイト5を早速読んでみよう。おーい、パラサイト5元気かい？
はーい、元気だよ。
わお、相変わらずの人気だね、ラウル・アコニット。婚活の調子はどうだ
い？それが全然なんだよね。監督にももっと恋を知ってこいって言われちゃってて。でも最近は神隠しについて調べているんだ。これがまた面白くて、かの有名なボッタジェリの描いた絵の中にあるあの水母が実は異世界への。
その話聞いてたらこの番組終わっちゃうから、また後でな。ファッションボーイキャサイン君は
He's called a fashion boy.
まあおばあ様にはもっと経験を積めってまだ言われてるけど、別にそれが恋愛である必要ないって思うし、だから最近はラールの現場に行っていろんな俳優のスタイリングしてる。
お、すごいね。俳優ならみんな美形揃いだから、外見パラサイト的にも問題ない職場ってわけか。それではお次、アラン・メルベル。火遊びは 卒業したか？
Dangerous desires.
もちろんだよ。ちゃんと合意の上で一緒にシェアさせてもらってるさ。
Oh my goodness.
それは男性側の合意ってことかい？
さあ。
I don't know.
オッケーオッケー。怖いから突っ込まないでおくよ。お次はキル・ラブクラフト。なんと彼はあの有名なゴールデンロサンヨーク文学賞を取ったばかり、超人気な作家に大変身したんだ。ということでギル、どうだい？失恋パラサイトの方は卒業した？
あはは、それが実はまだ全然相変わらず好きな子には気づいてもらえなくて。
Was the president around for you to hear that? Yes, yes, he did. Excellent.
え
？Yes.
なるほどなるほど。でも賞を取ったってことでモテモテになったりしないのかい？
うん、まあ前よりいろんな女の子に声かけられるようになったけど、俺はやっぱ彼女一筋だから。賞を取った後もお祝いしてもらったんだけど、全然俺の気持ち気づいてなくてきちんと伝えられるよう頑張ります。
Good, we elaborated on that. Paris totally didn't show any interest after all.
苦労するね、失恋パラサイト。それでは最後は前回は代理を立てての参加だったチーパラサイトシェルビー・スネイル氏だ。
シェルビー・スネイルだ。
彼も今話題だからみんな知ってるだろう。あの誠実な会見は僕も見てて胸が熱くなったものだよ。
Oh my goodness.
キューピッドコーポレーションは今激アツだということで、パラサイトハウス、みんなの日々の暮らしを見ていこう。
And that's how Parasite House got started. It all seemed pretty relaxed at the beginning. Video replays of everyone's lives were being shown while they all talked about their own opinions, much like a school reunion. I was just there as the bridal advisor to give them advice. We're still in the middle of the program, so the president talked normally, although his answers were so plain that it almost seemed forced. But we still managed to complete the revival show of Parasite House.
Kanpai!
What happened to Peter? Was he filming it or was he kicked out? After the program ended, we're all holding an after party with catering that the president prepared. We were also having a toast over some alcohol.
いやー、楽しかったね。ほんと。でも今回女子スタッフいないんだね。
I mean, besides Lynette. I kept them up because I knew you would be here today.
残念。でも君も前に比べてずいぶん美味しそうな雰囲気になったけど。
Oh my goodness. Actually, I'm kind of looking forward to Alan's route because I saw on the back of the Cupid Parasite Sweet and Spicy fan disc a picture from their route, and it looks so sweet and adorable. And I'm like, does Alan change? Because I mean, I'm sure he changes, but like, does he become like super romantic and affectionate? Because that would be really cute. Alan licked his lips while wrapping his arms around my waist. Oh my goodness, I smacked his hand. It's just your imagination. I'm not in love or anything.
そんな嘘ダメだよ。
Uh-oh.
俺には分かってるんだから。
I guess if anyone could tell, it would be Alan.
あのさ、リネット何食べたい？俺料理取ってくるよ。
Oh, I can get it myself. Thanks, Gil.
ひっどい顔。手入れしてる？
President's super jealous.
私か？
あんたもあっちも。前回会った時と比べて肌色くすみすぎ。ストレスかかってんじゃないの？
That's funny. He sprayed the president. Me too. Did he spray her too? You and that one too. and that one too. Oh my goodness. It sprays her too.
肌の手入れは最低限の仕事でしょ。ちゃんとやって。
That's funny. I can't believe he sprayed the president. Right, I'm sorry. With my face covered in mist, I looked to the president. My eyes started to feel hot again. I can't do it. Looking at the president causes me to feel pain. There's no way I can talk to him. I'm glad there's mist on my face right now. Because my face is wet, no one can tell if I let out some tears. Aww. I cry a little in secret and went to the corner so that no one can see me. I don't want to eat anymore. I'll just stay in the corner. Aww. I sit down on the sofa inside. I then notice some cute desserts on the table. What's that? There were cute red heart-shaped ones, some silver orb-shaped ones, and also colorful bars. Okay, so there's no save for this one, so we're going to ask about it first. Aconite, do you know what kind of food this is? She called him by his last name. I asked Aconite since he was nearby. He took a bite and smiled.
これはアムリタの原料だよ。アムリタっていうのは神々の飲料で飲むと不死になると言われていて。
Immortal. Oh, thanks. They'll probably go on forever. So I cut the conversation short. I look at the thing said to be made with Amrita. I don't know what it is, but it's probably something really tasty according to Aconite. Aconite seemed to enjoy it earlier, so I should try one. I take it in my hand to take a bite. My eyes widen with joy. It's so delicious. What is this? It's so good. I felt so impressed that I couldn't stop eating. I wanted to buy some for myself, so I looked back at the box. Look at the back of the box. Okay, I'm gonna go back up and choose the other one. Okay, we're just gonna flat out eat it. I take one in my hand and eat it. I felt shocked at it. What is this? It's so delicious. I never experienced this before since coming to the human realm. It was so sweet and rich that it makes me lightheaded. I wondered what it was as I continued to eat it. Gil came over to me while smiling.
すごい勢いで食べてくね。チョコ前は嫌いって言ってたけど、本当はそんなに好きだったんだ。
Huh? Chocolate? This is that? Previously, Auntie told me that I'm not supposed to eat chocolate. Oh? She did say previously that it was the demon's food. After hearing that, I avoided it until now, but I ate it without knowing. Oh well, this is delicious. That's funny. I wonder why she called it the demon's food. I crave delicious things most when I'm feeling down. But why was I always forbidden from eating it? I thought about that as I continued to nibble. I feel lightheaded. Oh. While I continued eating, my body felt hotter, like I was getting drunk. Oh no. I'm never able to get drunk from alcohol, so I thought I just held my alcohol well. Looks like I get drunk from chocolate instead. My cheeks feel hotter and my vision starts to spin. My consciousness faded like someone pulled the plug. Oh my goodness. This is your chance, Shelby.
じゃあまたね。お邪魔しました。バイ。
Did Gil leave too? After everyone left the party, I was left alone in a cluttered living room. I now have to clean all of this up on my own. I felt irritated at it, but started picking up the trash anyway.
しかし、途中から彼女の姿が見えなかったな。
Probably went to bed. She must have went home. Gil also left midway, so they might have gone together. So it seems that she belongs to him. But Gil had said that she didn't notice his feelings, that he's still the level 1 parasite. What did that mean? I continued cleaning the house while worrying about the current problems. I thought I heard something falling on the sofa on the other side.
誰かまだいるのか?
She'd fall off the sofa. I walked over and was surprised she was there, drunk and asleep.
お前、まだ帰っていなかったのか? おい、みんなもう帰ったぞ。
I ran up to her and helped her up. The sweet fragrance of her body made me twitch. This is not good. She's drunk and we're alone. Oh my goodness. She seemed so defenseless as she oh so slowly opened her eyes. Looking at me, she started to cry.
おい、どうした?
Is she going to admit how she feels while she's drunk? I hope so. Please, please do it. Her sudden crying made me confused. She then managed an angered sort of expression at me. Don't be kind to me. You probably think nothing of me. She's still drunk. She doesn't seem to be speaking properly as she continues to glare at me. I'm so dumb. I liked you so much. Liked? Liked who? I was frozen in place as she started to hit me on the chest while crying. You jerk. I hate you. I thought we were finally closer. It was fun living with you. You canceled the cohabiting so suddenly, and you called me just another advisor in front of that old man. I'm just nothing but an employee to you. At that school reunion, I saw you act all friendly with those beautiful women. I'm sure you felt so lucky then. Well, aren't you happy you found love? My feelings were just one-sided. I feel so dumb. You don't like me at all. Finally, she comes out with everything. I felt like her consciousness suddenly snapped then, and she started bawling in my arms. Oh my goodness. Before I knew it, I had stolen her lips. Her sweet and soft lips touched mine. Oh my goodness. He just flat out was like, kissed her. I was not expecting that. I thought he was going to start asking all these stupid questions, but no. No words, just kiss. Just like Ryuki. Our lips together, our tongues intertwined, the taste of sweet flavor of chocolate that makes me dizzy. She has never been closer to me physically. We kissed as I pat her hair in my arms. I was completely focused on the kiss. I thought she chose another man. I thought she thought nothing of me. I thought that she saw the date as only part of her job. But it was just a misunderstanding. Both of us misunderstood and went in such a roundabout way. I was so foolish. If only we talked, we would have found out that we shared these feelings.
誤解だ。リネット。私が好きなのはお前だ。
Huh?
好きだ。私にはお前しかいない。だから。
I take out the thing that I had kept in my pocket all this time in an attempt to throw the question. I also like you. He smiled at me gently before slowly drifting off to sleep. He just goes to sleep. What are you going to do with that ring? Are you actually going to propose while she's drunk? She just goes to sleep. There are traces of tears on her cheek as she sleeps with a gentle expression. She's still in my arms.
まったく言いたいことだけ言って寝るな。
I know, right? After you calmed her down, she's just like, okay, sleep time. This is leaving me really frustrated, but I found out that we both have feelings for each other. That in itself was enough to turn my world on its head. Her room was left the way it was since the day she left. I can just have her spend the night there. That's what I thought as I picked her up.
今晩はうちに泊まってもらうぞ。両思いになったのだから家に帰さなくてもいいだろう。
I whispered that in her ear, and she mumbles something happily as she rubs her face on my chest. This is too cute. This isn't good. I hate that we know we have feelings for each other, but we can't do anything about it. Even so, I don't want to be the kind of man that would take advantage of a drunk woman. Oh, okay. He's not talking about, like, can't do anything about it, like, dating. He wants to physically do something about it. Oh my goodness. I sighed a little and took her to her room. You're getting a little ahead of yourself, aren't you? Why don't you start with the ring? We can talk about it in the morning. This time I won't lie about my feelings and tell her everything. This misunderstanding started because I couldn't ask her out on a date like a normal person. I know it's all your fault. I wake up on the soft bed and stretch widely. This bed feels good. Was the bed at home this good? I thought about that while getting up, and to my surprise, I find out that this wasn't home. But the ceiling looks familiar, and so does the bedding, and did he sleep next to her all night? Next to me was the president. Why? I jump up in surprise and look at the president while sitting on the bed. I can't remember what happened last night at all. Why was I sleeping with him? I think... Yeah, that's it. My memory went hazy after eating the chocolate. Auntie told me not to eat it because it was a demon's food. Could it be that it was something that gods shouldn't eat? But all that happened was that I lost a bit of memory from last night. I'm glad I didn't die from it. What else? After eating the chocolate, my memory got wiped, and when I came to, I was here. What happened in between? I was frozen up, but in the meantime, the president woke up.
起きたか。よかった。具合は大丈夫か。どうやら私もすぐ寝てしまったようだ。
Yes. I nodded and turned to the side. The president seems so kind right now. He's like a completely different person from the time he ripped the contract. He lazily got up and sat up in bed to face me.
リネット、昨日お前が途中で寝てしまったからな。続きを言わせてくれ。まず、あの同窓会で話していた女性は別に彼女でも何でもない。ただの同級生だ。しかも向こうは既婚者で子供もいる。
Huh? You're gonna tell her all these things and she's gonna be like, what did I say last night?
そして勝手に同居を解除したことについてはお前があんな風に思っているとは思わなかった。すまなかった。お前がクラリスと会うと言っていた日にギルと会っているところをたまたま見てしまってな。彼と付き合うことにしたと勘違いしたんだ。
What?
彼氏がいるのに私と同棲しているなどバレたら問題だろう。そう思って勝手に契約を破棄した。一方的で悪かった。
So that's why. Sorry. I broke out into a cold sweat while responding to him. The president knew about my feelings. What should I do? This means that I told him everything on my mind when I was drunk. What's most important is how much exactly did I tell him. I had no recollection of it, so I have no idea. But the best thing to happen is for the misunderstanding to clear up. I decided to tread carefully. I'm not dating Gil. On that day, Clarice was working overtime, so she was a little late. The three of us ate dinner together. I wasn't seeing Gil alone. I take out my phone and show the photo of the three of us took to celebrate, seeing that the president smiled with relief in his eyes.
そうだったのか。勘違いして悪かったな。
Not at all.
それと前にお前をデートに誘った時もすまなかった。取引先の手前妙なことを言いたくなくてな。それが お前を傷つけることになるとは思ってなかったんだ。本当にすまなかった。
Not at all. It seemed that I complained about a whole lot. It's odd to see that the president wasn't mad at all. He must have noticed me getting frantic. He gently smiles and pats me on the head.
とにかくあれだけ酔っていたんだ。体も辛いだろう。朝食は私が作るから、お前はまだ休んでいろ。それでもう一つの続きについてはまた今度しっかり言わせてくれ。そろそろ支度をしないと会社に間に合わないしな。
The one thing he wants to say. Would you marry me? Oh. I look at the clock and he was right, but there's still time to eat breakfast. I didn't know what happened yesterday, but I get to eat breakfast with the president again. That made me so happy, and I happily nodded. Yay, finally. Jeez, took like an hour and a half to fix all that. Dang it, that's the end, but I want to continue. Well, it is past an hour and a half, so I can't continue on any further because it's going to be too long, and we need it to not be so long. So that is where we're going to stop the episode here, and I guess I'll just have to make another episode because I want to keep reading. Dang it. I realize hasn't even come out today, and I have the next one recorded too, so I have 2 videos already scheduled, and this makes a 3rd one, so I'm just getting way ahead of schedule, but I think if I get too far ahead, I'm just going to start releasing Cupid Parasite and Code Realize like on the same day, which by the time that you watch this and learn this, I probably would have already posted about it, so whatever. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy, drop a like down below. You leave your frustrated comments for me to read, and I will gladly respond to them. And subscribe if you want to see more of Shelby Snail, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.